All right. Good morning, brothers and sisters, and everyone who are joining and participating from different parts of the globe, and welcome back to the first session for the week. It is about 2:30 a.m. Eastern now, and let's get started off. Since we have not done the 8:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time session, we will be including Nifty and the dollar INR in this session itself. The session would go on for about 20-25 minutes, and I would like to touch base and review Euro dollar index, Nifty, and USDINR to be more specific. Once again, a warm welcome to all new and fresh joining members to our family. It's growing up at a good pace now. We're 217. We just started with one uh, member. I think it was after 21st of November 2017. And thank you once again for being here, either online or offline. And a very humble thank you to all of you for helping me spread this word and sending across these video links to those who you feel could benefit at least some way or the other, whether it's trading or investing. Before we begin, as a normal disclaimer, kindly take these sessions or session as 100% educational and not any form of personal or any other solicitation to trade the forex or the currency or the cryptos or any other markets. If you have been participating and on your own before, I am pretty sure these sessions, just by looking at these educational sessions and the wave counts, you'll be immensely benefited. All right, kindly take this as an informed, uh, a valuable information before taking any kind of trading decision. All right, and always look into your risk management. That has been my emphasis since I've begun taking online sessions from 2015 onwards. All right, for any specific requirements or trading interests or advisory interests, especially in the international segment, you would want to visit uh, the web page japee.business.site. Get more insights from there. The system is running very slow at this point in time. Give me a few seconds before we begin with this session. While the system is taking its own time, I'd like to just wrap up the Euro USDs. Okay, it's done. All the details about the subscription services can be found there. You can take your 9-day trial as well before joining or deciding to join in. Right, it's just about 27.99 dollars per month, US dollars per month. All right, so let's not waste any further minute or second, and let's get started off the Euro USD. those who are joining very fresh, we will do a complete wave count, at least for today. Very quickly. Wave 3, wave 4, most probably by all a very high probable setup, I would say. Wave 5 has been done at 25.55. Any if this calculation is slightly wrong, it could only be in the last leg. Instead of 25.55, if we are wrong in predicting the wave 5 termination point there, one last place for prices to turn lower would be around the 2700 mark. All right, so keep that in your mind, and let us zoom in, or maybe, yes, I think we should zoom in on the daily chart and then go back on the hourly chart. It's like okay, let's do the trend lines, bigger picture first, and then we'll zoom into the smaller ones. Alright, that's the support trend line since the January 2000 mark. So principally, if we have completed, or if Euro has completed its impulse 5 waves like that, the next high probable trade setup could be at least a meaningful corrective drop, which could retrace about 50 to 60% of the entire run up from the 1.03 levels, right? So by just taking a simple retracement of the entire rally since January 2017, it is more or less clear that the potential drop could be towards the 1.12 handle. Keep this bigger picture in your mind, and then plan your short-term trades if you want to. Okay, if you are looking for major supports on the way, according to the daily chart, there are three. I mean, the major support comes in at 1500, no doubt about that. Intermediary supports are right at 1.19 and followed by 1.17. Alright, so 1900, 1700 are interim supports for to expect some kind of relief rallies in between, but bears would now want to target at least towards 1.15 if that high is in place, as we've calculated right now, the fifth wave termination point around the 25.55 mark. Right, it's going to be a very interesting game moving forward. That's why I'm saying if you're a serious active trader and interested in making good returns, at least I see numerous pips that can be captured in this year 2018 and forward. You should be considering joining and claiming your 9-day trial before you decide to subscribe. Right, so watch out for a huge layback, right, from the termination point, wave 5, of course. Yes. Now if we kind of look at the short-term trend line which can be plotted on the daily chart itself, that has been breached as well, and we're right in the settled zone of that particular trend line as well. So it should not be a big surprise if it goes and hits the back side of the trend line to find resistance around the 2400, 1050 mark. All right, watch out for that zone. Okay, let's move on to the smaller time frames now, brothers. That's the hourly chart. Could that be the big first wave which we are expecting, which has nearly unfolded into 5 waves, I suppose. Yes, let's try and do the numbers here. Okay, so maybe we've got the first leg and the second leg, third one, and then wave 4 kind of, was it wave 4 termination right there, and the fifth wave, did it get terminated? Yes, I think so. At least a high probable wave count right from the 25-55 mark can be done in this manner. So quite possible that we've got the first leg down, and it could be working upon the second wave up, because if you're looking at the fractal picture, you know, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If what we've done is correct, then there could be a 3-wave movement on the opposite side, which should be corrective in nature. All right, so at least one thing can be discussed or predicted with high probability moving forward, is that till the time prices remain below this high, in our case in the Euro USD, that is around the 25-55 mark, at least prices, till the time prices are below the 25-55 mark, whatever rallies you see, you should be of a corrective form, and they should be checked at a decent resistance level as well. All right, so watch out for the Fibonacci retracements and resistances going forward around about the, okay, let's forget about Fibonacci, but at least price resistance comes around the 24, 30, 35 mark. That first one has been just tested. Don't be surprised if the price can go and rally towards the 24.50 mark before base can get back into supreme control. All right, these are the wave counts for the euro. Let's touch base with the dollar index now quickly. We'll be doing a daily chart analysis and wave analysis, of course, and then we might get down to the hourly chart. Let's do it. A good amount of swing has been witnessed in the past 13 months or so in both the instruments, euro and the dollar index both. Would say waves 1, quickly wave 2, extended third wave, and yeah, that was wave 4. With a reasonable amount of confidence now, we should be able to plot this one as the fifth wave, a termination point, fifth wave right around the 88.25 mark. Another interesting pattern, if just if we go by, if we don't go by the Elliott wave counts, another interesting pattern which I truly believe, because it's about the waves, and then it's about some interesting patterns like a head and shoulder, or double tops and double bottoms. You cannot rule out a possibility of a meaningful double bottom in place. If you were there with me, I think on Thursday or Friday, we discussed probabilities of a double top being formed in the euro. Let me get back to that 4-hour chart, please. I think we were discussing, yes, here it is, a possibility of a double top in the euro would happen. There it is. Double top in the euro USD counter, and then we also discussed it's too early to confirm a double top and a major reversal in place while the two tops were just formed, right? But we also touched base with this support, I mean around the 2200 mark. Once it gives way, all right, once that support gives way, that should be taken and considered as a double top confirmed in the euro, while on the dollar index it looks like a double bottom which has been confirmed right there around the 88 25 30 mark. And then what we witnessed further is the resistance at 90 50 60 has also been breached. So it's a very meaningful rally that has taken place in the dollar index since 88.30, taking out the first first resistance in hand. All right, so even if we go by a very simple analogical story form, which is after the resistance or support has been taken, you should witness a break coming in. Right, that's what is happening right now. So, and furthermore, if you want to count waves, go back on the daily chart, and 5 down already looks to be in place here. Right, and that should give us enough evidence for a potential 3-wave rally, counter trending, at least counter trending, if not something else. There are other possibilities and probabilities as well. One of them says that okay, a big picture, there could be a supreme rally all the way above 103.80 as well, if the entire drop from 103.80 was just a part of an expanded flat which began from March 2015 onwards. All right, so that's another possibility which we will discuss if required. I mean, but at least for now, if you go by the theory, 5 down looks to be complete. So a very high probability, forgetting about all the other possibilities right now, very high probability remains for a 3-wave rally. I mean, we have not yet. It's already started. It could be. It's already started as far as the charts are concerned. They are telling us a story that this has already started, but even the first leg has got a long way to go forward, and then there will be wave 2, the second leg, and then the third leg. Just imagine how many pips are there for grabbing, at least for this 3-wave counter trend move. All right, so that's a general view of the euro and the dollar index. Now, let's spend a few minutes time for the Nifty 50 and the dollar INR pairs. This is specifically for the domestic segment. Those who are joining me from India, this is specific for them. And another general piece of declaration here, the registration process is still not done, so don't take this as any kind of advisory or something like that, or either at a personal level or a professional level. These are just a passionate wave counts or Elliott wave counts which are being presented here. All right. Okay, so as far as the daily chart wave counts are concerned, the termination point at 9,700 levels were the top of fourth wave, followed by the big question now, as I said even last time, this could be wave 1 of 5, again wave 2 of 5. High probability remains that what we are seeing right now would be wave 3 of 5. Until prices remain above 10,200 levels, there's nothing wrong in plotting wave 4 or 5, and if that is correct, then yes, a fifth wave will produce a rally which can go all the way above 11,200 levels. But in case now there are certain things which can actually change the game entirely, and I'd like to present that here now. A break of 10,000 30-40 mark, right from the 11,200 levels. If it breaks below the 10,040 mark, then that would be a grave story for the bulls actually, right? And bears, I think, should be obviously get very excited, because if it breaks below the 10,030 mark, which seems quite possible. See, we were talking about a potential drop from the 10,600 resistance, if you have been following these sessions. And thank you again for spreading the word, because I see a lot of Nifty videos are being watched around. So if you have been, we were talking about 10,600 levels resistance zone, and at the same time around 10,200 300 levels as potential support. Now if that gives in, okay, if this bar or this side or that side, whatever, it's absolutely consolidating right now, but any one of them gives in, that means if it breaks on the south side and takes out 10,000 something, even below, even if it doesn't take out 10,030, but just about a drop below the 10,287 or something, that gives us an impulsive drop right from the top here. Now you see that wave 1, wave 2, straight wave 3, or maybe 3, 4, 5 is already done. If you go on an hourly chart, it can be taken as 1, 2, 3, 4 slightly, and 5 as well. Now if that is an impulse wave, what we are going to witness going forward is a 3-wave rally. Okay, don't forget the basic structure of the wave principle. If it's already done 5, then we are going to witness, or we should witness, a 3-wave rally like that. all right, and that what it means, it could be right now it's consolidating, but watch out for, if prices don't break below 10,300 levels, then that's a certain confirmation. There's going to be some bullish activity from here, right? So resistance zone sets in the Nifty at around the 10,800 850 mark. Watch out for those rallies as potential resistance to stop uh, prices going further up. Maybe if it's 5 down, we're mostly done as the first leg. And if it is the first leg, then believe it or not, the story has just begun. I would like to repeat that the story has just begun on the bear side for the Nifty, right? So kindly take your decisions accordingly. A high probable trade setup from this point, a short-term perspective. Could that be a rally coming in pretty soon if prices are just keeping the 10,250 mark floating, right? And on the other hand, if you look at the dollar INR pair, I mean that has also done interesting moves in the last 24 to 48 hours. I know it's going to take some time. Yes, it's done. Pretty smart moves here. I mean, we might want to go on the daily chart as well. What do you say? If you a simple story, nothing else. I mean, let's not complicate matter in counting waves. It's quite possible. Last time we discussed, it has done 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That was quite possible. Now each rally, I mean each higher high is proving that 5 down is almost done, and that meaningful rally is just about settling in, right? So how do we handle that now? A meaningful resistance was taken out earlier around the 64.73 mark, so it has either done 5, and then there should be a 3-wave corrective drop, maybe into 64.46 or even lower. Watch out for a potential head and shoulder as well around the 64.50 mark, right? But there could be one more high around the 65.50 before it can actually surprise. Okay, sorry, not surprise, but it can actually go and retrace lower below towards the 64.50 mark and then rally up again, right? In short, bulls are getting their grip, printing higher highs and higher lows in the dollar INR. So watch out for dips to get into on the long side. On the other hand, Nifty should be looking for rallies or counter trend rallies to go down the short side, at least for now. All right, so that's it for now in this session. Let's bring this session to a pause here, and I'll be back again tomorrow. I think we'll be touching base all the 4 units in a regular basis around these times during the weekdays. All right, any change I'll try to update on the free Telegram channel as well. You might want to be a part of that as well for all the video updates and all the schedule updates coming in there. All right, once again, thank you for being online, watching this online or on an offline mode, and a humble thank you as always for helping me spread the word for this channel, and the family is increasing only because of that, I suppose. I strongly believe that. Okay, so until the next session, take care and God bless, and good luck to your trades. Goodbye.